You got the beer. It's delicious. Thank you to Hourglass for such a delicious and tasty beer.
Hi, we're the cartoon pig version of Tom and Dan.
Hey, I'm Pig Tom.
And I'm Pig Dan. And come to Porky's Barbecue and eat our asses.
Stop! Don't say that. Porky's and a Popka. Here's the thing. If
I did tell him, I shamed him because when he got here, he's like, "Hey, I am so sorry." And I said, "Hey, man, it's fine. Just just don't party so hard the night before events."
Well, let's talk about this.
Which is exact opposite of what I did. I had 24 beers the night before the tournament.
When you get up to bat,
I was floating in the sky.
You could point towards the fucking the stands and then call your homer. But you better hit the fucking homer. If you get struck out, you look like a dickhead. And that's essentially what you did the night before. You're like, look, this is how you prepare for a fuck-off tournament. You're drinking.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent. But guess what? When that fucking ball comes, you better hit it out of the park. Because if you don't...
You can't because the ball's not there.
You better drive drunk from the bar to Disney that night and then lay drunk on the green with the ball surrounding your naked body. And then when we all show up, we're like, well, he fucking made it. And you're like, blah, barfing on the balls. It doesn't matter.
So let's talk about...
I tried to pull a Casey at the bat kind of scenario. I just kind of showed up, swinging at the last minute.
What happened, Butler?
All I know is I got the phone call from him, and he's like, "Hey, I woke up late. I am so sorry. I am throwing up and shitting my pants." And I was like,
"Did you say that?"
No, I think I said I have to shit so bad.
Yeah, you had to shit.
That I had septic poisoning.
Oh my god!
And you said you were like puking.
I did pull over on I-4 and puked. Actually, funny enough, because I pulled over and I had to pull over on the right-hand side, so I had to crawl over my passenger seat, open the door, threw up, burped it actually out. It came out like chunk, like
let's
large
start from the beginning of the morning, though.
Oh, the
no.
morning?
We got to start at the night.
Well,
that's true.
The night before was actually a great time.
I'm glad your social life is good. The kids with the heart defects,
waiting
to get their monies, and you're out partying it down.
It was my friend's 50th birthday party, so we went to the social.
50-year-old people should not have birthday parties. What's this guy, a baby? When you're 50, you know what you do? You sit in a dark room with a bottle of scotch, and that's your birthday.
You're friends with a 50-year-old?
She's a sweetheart.
Don't joke.
Does she have a heart defect?
Probably. She's 50.
So
I'm just saying.
So you got out there
Her life
wasted.
Is done.
So we got out there wasted. It was extremely boring at this fucking bar, and so I'm sitting here like, God damn it, like this fucking 50-year-old birthday party. And
so he wants to turn out.
I'm going to spice up my life. I'm going to get drunk and almost lose my job.
We're going to put some options on the BDM page, and you guys can choose it.
Yeah, there's going to be a poll on the BDM page.
And then we'll do it live on Twitch.
I say we inflate... I think we have to inflate a balloon in his asshole.
We should have Tuttle.
Me with a good time.
Oh, maybe we call Tuttle.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be the dungeon master.
Yeah.
What are the odds that Tuttle comes in here nude, black dungeon hood?
So
he'll do it.
Yeah.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Thank you for downloading.
Well, welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Ross is over there. Samantha's over there.
I was in the bathroom the other day going on PornMD because my wife... you know that whole thing about your wife being horny when she's pregnant? That's not true.
Really?
No, less horny, more of a talks about doo-doo, like, and
Talks about
farts a
doo-doo.
lot.
Really?
She's like, I'm pregnant.
Because she's barely. I think she's really milking it because she's only 3 months.
And you know what's
Really? There's a lot to go, buddy. You're not even anywhere near the home stretch.
You know what's the worst
You're getting
fart?
scammed, I think.
The worst fart for a girl ever is not the regular toot or
It's the silent.
even the silent. It's the fart that starts off with just pure air. It's like pop, 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 pop.
Oh my God, you just spit everywhere.
And you're like, oh my God.
You've heard that?
I've heard that before. And then
Well-
Hi, we're the cartoon pig version of Tom and Dan.
hey, I'm Pig Tom.
And I'm Pig Dan. And come to Porky's Barbecue and eat our asses.
Stop! Don't say that. Porky's and a Popka.
Did you see that massive news story about the Houston brothel that wants to open up with AI prostitutes?
No. Like a
trying to find-
Westworld
Yeah, I heard
scenario?
about
Yeah,
that,
I think you and I were
Maybe.
talking about it. But yeah, they're gonna try and open up like what would be like a virtual house of ill repute,
With robot sex dolls.
right? Like real
Essentially,
dolls.
yeah.
I'm guessing.
I mean, that will happen. I mean, as you've seen some of these robots that they already making, I mean, you just have to literally put the sex doll skin on them and then have them move.
Okay,
or
this is
whatever.
it. This is the one. This is from.
The janitor has to suck at that. That's the worst job.
Oh,
You get
God,
a robot
yeah.
janitor.
Yeah, but he hates it too. And he's the one that kills everybody. You come in one day and all the other robots are dead, you know, because the robot janitor went nutty. But sex with a sex with a robot's butt.
What if it malfunctions though, and you get trapped in there?
Oh, I bet you got to sign your life away to go in there. I
Well-
mean, they're not going to let you mount this thing and
It's
you
not-
know,
She
bites
and start
down.
fucking
Ugh.
it. Yeah,
It's not going to move like
its
you-
assholes are flaming and burns your cock off.
Yeah. Why would you even add
Why'd you
that?
put the batteries in the ass?
Yeah.
It's like burning my cock off.
It's like the movies where there's a button that opens up all the cells to
Yeah.
all the same
Never
time.
have that.
Why even have that button?
Yeah.
Like there should be never a button that opens up every cell. Anyway, that's
Oh,
the
there's-
thing. Why is there
there's video.
a flaming butthole button?
Hold on, there's video of the dog.
Don't
that
even
can-
add that.
There's video that can talk. Hold on, I gotta send this to
They probably
myself.
they have their range of motion is probably limited, so it probably just stands there. Maybe his legs go up and down, or like getting to
God, my wife's legs don't even go up and down.
You know what I'm saying?
She just lays there.
It's not going to be walking around like a host. It's probably just like a robot that sits there, like you know, and makes noise if you like. You know, we haven't gotten to the point where it's like Westworld, where it's, you know, they're walking around like a human. This is going to be like a robot. It's doggy style already. When you start banging it, like it's making noise. Like it's
Or
very
even
limited.
worse, like a guy has to come in and put it in doggy style.
Okay.
That's even worse. You're standing there in your fucking robe, and the guy's like, "What do you want?
Which
you want,
possession?
you want drill press? Okay, hold on. I gotta bend its neck.
It's like,
yeah, hold on.
That's not
I'll
good.
be right back. Gotta go get a 2 3/4 wrench. She's metric. I gotta fucking
Also,
loosen her knee joints.
Imagine the embarrassment and the regret after. Like, you go in there, you're paying someone, they know. It's like, it's embarrassing. You're like, I'm here to
No,
fuck
I
a
want it
robot.
to be automated
Okay.
like a fucking Coca-Cola machine. You know, like I put my money in. You're gonna, I'm smoothing out my dollar bills.
You're rubbing it on the side.
I'm doing the
You're
trick.
fuck.
Yeah, zzz,
Comes
keep
back
this,
out.
taking this one. God damn it!
And you're pushing like A3, and then you're like, oh, got the, I got the
I got the
alien.
Puerto Rican guy. All right, I'll suck your dick. Come here. It's just a robot. It's not gay. You got to go to the place. It's like an old Sweet Tomatoes, and they put paper on the windows. You know, like you're pulling in. You walk in. They're like, "Hi, welcome to Kinky S Robots. Your first time? I'm gonna have you please fill out this. There's a questionnaire. There's a few waivers you need to fill out, and I'm gonna also need a copy of your driver's license, your insurance card, and they're gonna do
Pretty
that.
much, yeah. I don't want to if I'm going to a place like that, and I'm sure other customers feel the same. You don't want to deal with a person you have to look in the face, and they know what you're about to do.
I got her.
Video over.
Yeah, this is Harmony. Do you want to see her?
Why do they have to give them like stereotypical stripper names too?
How do you feel about sex?
Sex is one of the most fascinating things in the world. I don't think there is anything wrong with it.
Don't take her wig off. You're freaking me out, bro.
So he asked her, first of all, can we please not get a creepy guy? What do you feel about sex? It's like, get a better looking representation for your video.
Yeah.
Then the next scene is she's missing here. You want it? Let's finish it. The clip's only 6 more seconds. But they pulled her wig off.
Look at it now.
Why'd they pull her wig off? There's just no reason for it.
Oh, God.
that's
Oh,
creepy.
no. She had the back of her head.
Oh no, that's scary.
Yeah.
Hold on, here's a
Darth Vader head.
You don't want to knock that off while you're
No.
doggy style. You're like, oh!
Don't pull her hair.
I knocked her skull cap.
Come in her cranium, yeah.
God.
Okay. Don't jizz in the electronics. What's love? Wait.
Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Hey, it's Tom and Dan, and this is the Bad in Business Beer Fest.
We hate money.
Hey there, it's Tom and Dan here.
Yep, Tom and Dan Cruise 2016.
Yeah, man.
It's next year, April 7th, but go to tomanddancruise.com. We'd like to thank all our sponsors, Trinity Tattoo, BartTheRealtor.com, Frank A. Services, and a brand new sponsor, Weston Trading Company in Sanford.
Yeah, it's 4 nights, and it's in Cozumel. It's in Mexico
It's going to be party crazy,
Oh, man, it's going to be fantastic. So go to tomanddancruise.com, and we hope to see all of you on the boat. Well, welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Tom.
Ross is over there. Samantha's over there. Thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
Hi, y'all. It's Chris. What's happening?
How you doing, man? You still on house arrest?
Hell no. I'm living in a hotel, the No-Tail Hotel down here on 192, man. Surrounded by base heads and pillheads, cuz.
All right.
Doing bad, bro. I lost my little dishwashing gig.
How'd you lose
living
it?
out here in the hood.
How'd you lose your job?
Man, they got high school kids could dishwash, man, and they'll clock in and clock out. They was paying me salary, so they couldn't afford to pay cracker no more.
What kind of job?
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Thank you for downloading.
Oh yeah, because girls just love our dirty fingers. Let me just tell you, if there's ever something that girls think is sexual, girls look at fingers all the time. They're like, "Oh, look at those! Oh God, did you check out that guy's fingers?" I have a theory that that's not supposed to happen. We might think that's cool, like the whole fingering deal. We might think that's hot and sexy.
No girls like that.
No girls like that. How would you like that? Would you like a finger?
No.
Anywhere. And I don't even like a finger in my eye. I don't like a finger in my mouth. What makes us think that a finger is good?
Well, when you're a kid, it's the least scary thing to do. You're like, well, let's see what's in there.
Well, that's what you do when things are dangerous and you have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like if you see a knothole in the side of a tree that has that you think are either bees or a squirrel or there might be a swordfish in there. Who knows? What do you do? You stick your finger in there.
Exactly. Or I'll give you another analogy.
Do I want to hear this?
In the movie Stargate, when the crazy when the crazy water warped hole comes up, like when the wormhole forms, you're not going to go stick your dick in it to see what's on the other side. The first thing you're going to do is finger it.
Because your finger,
it's the man's
testing dick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your testing dick.
Because after the finger, soon is going to come the dick.
Yeah, because that's the only thing we're good at.
Exactly.
The finger is the testing dick.
Yeah. Or your tongue.
Okay, tongue is too far.
Now, I'll explain to you another analogy.
Tongue is too far.
The first time...
This went really vulgar fast. I just want to point that out.
No, I'll explain to you another analogy while it's first the finger, tongue, and dick.
Oh, God.
Now, if you get an oscillating fan... I had an oscillating fan in my room when I was a kid. Now, if you ever take the shield off an oscillating fan, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's spinning super 1,000 RPMs, like... Eh. Now, the first thing to do is to test it with your finger, right?
Fingers first.
Finger. Now, the second, if you have balls... You always do tongue. Like, what's you know what I'm saying?
Dick is always last.
Let's see if I can stop this with my tongue. You know what I'm saying? And then at one point,
so that's the way it goes. It's FTD.
Finger, tongue, dick.
The music for this show are all pop guilty pleasure songs.
I love that. That makes it easier for the audience to get into it.
100%.
Yeah.
They can say, "Oh,
Smart.
this earworm I love," but
That's
also
smart.
it's the theme of guilty pleasure. I think is what Orlando is.
Yeah.
We come here looking for those guilty pleasures that, yes, of course, it makes us feel alive, but we might not immediately admit that. Yeah, I waited 2 hours for this rinky-dink ride at Disney World, but
right.
But it brings me to life, and I like that.
But it gives you
But
joy.
it's going to be mine, under the surface. So yeah, Orlando is the guilty pleasure.
It's perfect.
Capital.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's perfect.
Can we stop feeling guilty that we like pleasure?
Who are you talking to? That's only you.
By the way, guys, he started taking his clothes off as he was saying
my
that.
God.
I'm like, this guy. If you've got a roof issue or need a brand new roof put on by a reliable and awesome company,
It's securedroofingandrestoration.com. For your free estimate, go to their website. Get a roof!
what I saw as a kid, like all of my friends, like my Spanish friends or my Latin friends, would have like. If you've got a roof issue or need a brand new roof put on by a reliable and awesome company,
It's securedroofingandrestoration.com. For your free estimate, go to their website. Get a roof!
what I saw as a kid, like all of my friends, like my Spanish friends or my Latin friends, would have like a mima or grandma or somebody living with them.
Yeah.
My
In
black,
Miami.
my black friends would have like a mima or grandma or somebody living with them. All of my white friends take their old people and we just put them in buildings.
Yeah.
And it's the white way.
And we forget about them.
Yeah.
What is that,
You know
white
what?
people?
I support it though.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want some greasy grandma living with
all
me.
my Spanish friends that they have their grandparents living with them.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they
take
live
care of
with you. You take care of them.
They take care of them.
And they're crazy as hell.
Oh, man. They're
crazy.
stabbing you with a steak knife every morning.
But you still take care of them and you help them use the bathroom. You're like, you're doing that?
Yeah. But white people don't do that. And look, I know it's a stereotype, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I don't.
We're like, I'm sorry, Pop, you got to fend for yourself.
Maybe one of my friends had his grandma or grandpa live with him.
I know it's your worst nightmare to have a villain from a Steven Seagal movie in Scrubs wiping your butt, but I'm going to do it to you because I only care about myself.
having your urine smell in my home is ruining Christmas. So I'm going to send you to a scary, very commercial-looking building with a bunch of people who are not qualified to handle you and hate you. And here's how you can make it better. With your dementia, use all of your power left in your brain to make your dementia so bad and then go full racist on them. That'll help it. And then you guys just argue you until you die.
That's gonna
Sound
be
good?
The end.
All right, Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, Meemaw. Remember, we love you.
You fought in a war for us.
Yeah, you were a veteran.
You worked the
Yeah.
assembly line while your husband was storming the beaches, and this is what we give you.
Yeah, but you're ruining Christmas, so you gotta go.
We give you the home,
Yeah.
and we'll visit you. At first, it'll
What
be
do
a
you
lot.
mean I have to move my Peloton out of the guest bedroom
then-
for her to live there?
Then we'll be like, oh, God, we'll visit Meemaw next week. And
Yeah.
then that next week turns to months.
Can't
and then,
do next week. That's an air show.
And then the guilt will make
can't
you.
do it next week.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's a Hunapoo day. Can't do it. I gotta go to Hunapoo.
Then you're like, it's been so long. And then
Is she still there?
And then
Oh my God, we forgot to pay the bills.
Then when you do visit her, they don't.
Yeah,
you don't
they
know who
don't
you
know
are.
you. Who are you? And then you're
you
like-
waited too long.
Yeah.
If she was living in your house, then she would know who you are.
But you know what makes it better? She won some Danish butter cookies gambling on dominoes, and you take those home with you. Eat them in the car on the way home. Go.
They all gathered in the great room, and they got to watch the owner's son play acoustic guitar because that's all the audience he has.
Hey, what's going on? This one's called Santa Maria. I don't practice Santeria.
Painfully accurate.
Oh, they actually had an Elvis impersonator come on a regular basis.
Oh, blue Christmas without you. Believe this is at right before 12:30, so
Okay.
you would have just
It's
maybe
about
been
an
there.
hour there.
Yeah, you've been there a little bit. It says, "Hey, dude, I'm at a kid's birthday party. One of Tommy's classmates. I ate a piece of Chiba Chew that was too strong. Now I'm freaking the fuck out. I introduced myself as Tommy and Max's son."
Oh
Which
my
I did.
God.
Then I got mud all over my white shorts.
So
I showed it to my wife, and she started snort laughing. And then, I text you back, and I get nothing back. So at this point, she's
dead.
like, he's dead. He's dead.
I introduced myself to some other parents as Tommy and Max's son, and then I immediately go, whoa! I realized I couldn't talk.
And then you immediately, I bet you go into, they think I'm mine. They think I'm mine. They think I'm mine.
So
They
then
think
I'm
mine.
like,
They think I'm mine.
I'll just follow Max around the entire playground and
Yeah,
do
that won't look creepy.
unlimited circles. And then because my wife is over there talking to all the parents, and I'm like, as long as I'm there with Max,
You got to sober up, get some Sunny D.
yeah, I'm like, slap my face. I know.
It's like you're at the park. You go into that hot park bathroom that's like humid, and you're splashing, and you have that one sink where you have to push the thing down, and it has like 3 seconds of water it gives you. So you push it down, you're splashing it in your face, and it smells like diarrhea there.
Some
bum has been jacking it in there, and you come out and you're like, oh, and you keep your sunglasses on.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't want them to see your eyes are as red as these soundproofing tiles.
So, how I got mud on my shorts is
The Tom Van story. How I got mud on my
I'm
shorts.
following around Max, and he wants to go down a slide, and it's not a regular slide.
It's a mudslide.
No, it's a slide that has rollers on it.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
Yeah, it's the whole slide is rollers, like
Fast.
PVC rollers.
Did somebody roll doo-doo on the...
No. I get on I put Max in between my legs, and I get on the roller slide. Now, the other slide, I've been down to some other slides with him, and...
Why are you wearing white shorts, by the way? Are you stripping now?
No, it's houndstooth chubbies.
They're seersucker.
Seersucker or whatever the fuck. I got on, and as soon as I went down, I tried to hold, because I'm holding Tommy with one hand, and I'm holding the rail with my left, and I can't slow down. I'm like, zing! And I literally I leaned back because I was going so fast.
No. Oh, you'll go faster now.
Yeah.
And
now you're
like
just
a torpedo.
Now you're just luge.
So I'm holding Max. I'm like, oh! And then we rocket off the end,
yeah.
and I'm holding Max, and I just land in a fucking mud. Because the kids have there's water, and I land in there. So then I immediately jump up, but it looks like I shit my pants in the back. And this is before before we went and sang happy birthday in the
Is your
pavilion.
wife laughing at all? Did she see it?
No, well, she
Oh,
knows.
she's probably mad.
She's still
Oh,
talking,
man.
talking about the other
And
parents. too.
that's how I made the best snack basket.
Remember when somebody did that to Tom Cruise? I want to say like 20
They
years
screwed
ago.
him in the face with a water
Yeah, it was like a
gun.
British prank guy, and he had a fake microphone, and he sprayed Tom Cruise with the water, and Tom Cruise goes, "What? Why'd you do that?"
No, why would you do that?
Come here. No, don't run away. Don't run away.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
That's really. Hey, no. Don't run away. Don't run away. That's incredibly rude.
Why did you? I'm here. I'm answering your questions.
I'm here giving you an interview and answering your questions, and you do something really nasty. You're a jerk.
You're a jerk.
You're a jerk.
Why would you be a jerk? I love that video.
And then next thing you know, I'm looking forward, and it's dry land. Like, we're going across, like, super shallow water, but there's, like, a hump of dry land. So I'm like, hey! And
It's fine. I'm on cocaine.
And as soon as I say, he looks up, and he's like, oh! And then we hit dry land, which launches the beers out of the our guests' hands.
Right into the lake.
Oh, no, wait, it bounces.
Oh no, Miguel!
It bounces off the fan like into the and then we're like, and like we go, they can go across dry land, and then we go back into the water, and then he pretends like he's like, I did that on purpose. He's like,
That's old Cocaine Hill. I always go over Cocaine Hill when I'm doing my cocaine.
But he let me jump off the front of the airboat, and I caught a 4-foot alligator like in my Planet Fitness shirt.
Oh my
But he wasn't doing
God.
cocaine.
And then I have a picture of
This is the trashiest story I've ever heard.
Oh my. Hot, wet bitches.
What? Why'd you do that?
Let's shoot some baloney in people's twats.
Yeah.
Why did you? I'm here.
Yes.
I'm answering your questions.
Yes. We should make a dick pact that if our wives both die, that we should marry each other purely for the business. This is my new impression of Tom. Banks and business and banks and money, clients, plates that's spinning and business.
Accidental D-head.
I used to like to bang you with the socks on.
Yes.
Ridiculousness is better than mash. All that Irish music is ruined for me. No. Don't let the bastard hold you down. But when I get home, the one thing that I want is just my wife Andrea's titties. Give me them tits. Give me that ass.
Roll 'em in the morning.
Give me that bush. Give me them fat ass thighs. Give me them feet. Give me foot jobs. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fuck you.
But this is the first movie that Jim from The Office, John Krasinski,
Yeah.
first one he directed. But
I did not know he directed that.
yeah, his wife is a director. She's the one
Pam?
that no, not
Yeah.
I
There
only
it is.
know that
That's what
because
I
someone
guess.
told me yesterday because I don't watch The Office.
He's married
so.
to Emily Blunt.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that show.
Yeah.
You don't like The
I
Office?
don't like The Office. I don't like the characters. I don't like how they always have that
get
pork.
the fuck out
I
of
don't
here.
like how they always have Steve Porkrell losing all the time and him being so inept.
Who's Steve Porkroll?
Sounds delicious.
I think you're talking to him.
We're going to have that at Porky's on
Tim's
Friday night.
Yeah,
7
Big
to 9
Tim
p.m.
is Steve Porkroll in The Office.
Fuck all y'all.
The big fat office.
Fuck all y'all.
And I get great pleasure. I would like
It is
to.
an
I would
American.
like to tell him to his face, "You have no business wearing that." You know what I mean? I feel like I should. I feel like somebody
it's
should have
like, what
said.
is this?
Somebody should have pulled him aside. Maybe I volunteer, and he's a big guy, and I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just want to tell you, this has nothing to do with fighting. This isn't. It has nothing. Actually, it has nothing to do with what you like. Because if you like it, that's fine. Wear it at home. This is Saturday Night Live. A lot of people are going to see this. You need to dress nice. You put on a nice.
Oh my
You
god.
put on a nice suit. I'm with Tom now. I'm going full old man on this, and I'll tell him. I'll be like, "You have no business wearing that. You're not a fashion guy. You look in the Super Bowl when you wore the Gucci sweater. It's a very aggressive sweater. It was furry and had little G's all over it. Like it. Nobody should wear that, right? Go Chiefs. You're great, but when you wear that stuff, just know that we all look at you and we think you look like an idiot.
And then he sends me a picture, and he's like, I went to a karate tournament this weekend, and I won, right? And then he texts me this picture, and you can put it up there. For the silver medal.
How old is that man?
Is I'm not joking. A
He's an
62-year-old
elderly
man.
man.
I'm not
No.
even exaggerating.
No.
He's in his 60s. I'm not joking. If he's over 40, he's in his 60s.
How old is he?
I mean,
I think he was in his somewhere 50s.
He's in his
No,
60s, dude.
look at his
He's
face.
100% he's in his 60s.
Look at that old
Look
man.
at that old man.
He's a sweet old people.
He was really a sweet guy.
That is.
And his kids are my age talking to me afterwards.
His kids are your age. He's definitely
No,
in his
no,
60s.
no.
That's 2 years younger than Mr. Miyagi. I'm not joking.
My wife won't let me do that.
What? Oh, inside. Oh, yeah, I know.
I asked for it last night.
You should do it. Just do it anyway without her knowing.
She'd be mad.
She's on birth control, dude.
I know.
So it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, it is.
It's not impossible.
You ask a doctor, he's just like, it's impossible. I mean, they tell you 0.99 or 0.001% chance.
Then there's a possibility.
Yeah, but they have to put that just because of super fluke. No one ever says 100%. You can't put 100%.
Does your baby come out like a retard if you
super fluke wide receiver?
Super fluke retard baby.
Go you.
The Ohio State.
What if your name was Super Fluke Retard Baby?
Super fluke retard baby. It's Samoan.
It's kind of Super Fluke.
I'm looking for retard baby. First name Super Fluke.
Something's burning. It's my ass.
Oh, it's red hot.
Eat me.
Put some barbecue sauce on me and smoke me good.
It's Porky's barbecue.
In a pop cup. You've been following my career for a long time since Drunky the Bear. You've
Since
been
day what?
You've been listening to me, and I'm sure in your fantasies you're like, "Oh, when would it be with Tom Van?" Hold on, I'm
All
doing
right,
the scenario.
What was that guy's name? John. You fucking creeper.
Yeah, that's the creepiest thing you've ever
My
said.
wife
the
finally. I'm setting a scenario for Jenna.
No,
That's
Jenna's
your
not-
scenario. That's your fantasy.
Look, Jenna's walking out of the studio.
So then, okay.
Yeah, this is your fantasy, not her.
My wife divorced me, take all my shit, and I'm like, I'm in a divorced dad
Tom,
apartment.
are you asking that we could ride motorcycles off into the
Well, listen, I'm just saying.
Up here?
But here's just like Daniel said, like
he hears your adventures and he gets horny about it, and you're horny, and this is a bad mixture.
I go on a motorcycle adventure. You're riding. I'm riding, bitch. Actually,
Yeah, you're holding on to tiny little Jenna Hurd.
I'm like, we need a bigger motorcycle.
I can't
My
even
rides.
see her. All I see is it looks like all I see is love handles and a polo shaking down a Mexican road.
And I'm like, but I'm not. I've been softened through years.
Oh, we know pretty soft.
And then I'm in some campground. I'm like,
That
God
guy's
damn, this
weird.
sucks.
He's riding with a tight cabana shirt on.
And then, then I want you to settle down. We get a place. Like I like to live by the ocean. Everybody does. We get a place.
No, that's not true.
Where
is this going?
I'm just saying that one day I like we spend about months or whatever. We're kind of like trying to domesticate
I know,
you a little
and
bit.
you reach over and they're like, I'll cook your pan. Huh? I was going to cook your pancakes. John, John Boy! And you run in there. There's a letter.
Yeah. And then it says, I can't take this anymore. I need an adventure.
Your love handles are. Your muffin is way too big.
Hello. We have a guest coming in. We have Finesse Mitchell coming in today, guys.
The guest, Finesse.
Finesse the guest. Finesse the guest.
Simply Finesse.
That's great.
R.I.P. Not Finesse.
Right. He's kicking. That's a good ass song. Simply the best. Better than all the rest. How you guys doing? Give me something to talk about, chat room. Hey, chat room, how you doing today? We got Finesse on the show. I would have loved to have seen little Tom do anything that was like, we're going on a bear hunt.
I don't know what that is.
Like those camp things where you do the clap. We're going on a bear hunt. We're walking in the woods. You know, like those kind of like fun, singy-songy, baby, campfire-y.
I never went to camp. Any sort of camp.
It shows. You're
Yeah,
not
as a kid.
You're not corny. I'm corny. Corny kids go to camp. I'm cornier than you. You do the flag. You do commissary. You buy a bunch of atomic fireballs.
Mm.
You know, you sleep and it's hot. You write letters to your mom and dad. You write jokes in them, like saying, help, they're killing me.
Business Baby is going tonight to see Finesse.
I love me some Business Baby. What's up, BB? Eric asked, do we have plans for Father's Day weekend? Also, happy Father's Day. Thank you. Much appreciated. Did you look at Azura Grace's pics last night, Butthole? I did, but I had looked at them before she got on the show.
I'll be at the Gaylord Palms this weekend.
Hey, look at that guy.
Leaving over there after the show.
Taking a helicopter.
The old insurance convention. I bet some of our BDMs are going to be at the insurance convention.
Positive of it.
I want to know.
They always email me and say that they saw you. They're always like, I saw Tom.
What business is getting done there? Because it seems like everybody's just getting
It's a celebration of we're
wasted.
rich. Yeah, it's a celebration of we still have jobs, right? A lot of those things are just like, hey, it's a celebration. And you're not a big fan of that, are you? You're more of a get to work, right?
Well, I guess, if you get to stay at the Gaylord Palms with your family for the weekend, is like.
But you're not
"All right,
much
I'm
of
gonna
a
go."
team builder. You're not much of a look
Well,
what we did. You know?
Are they doing that? It just
I don't
seems like
know. I don't
everybody just
know.
goes there, uses
What do you
that
think
as a
they're
family
doing?
vacation.
Yeah. What do you think they're doing, Sam?
Family vacation. I have no idea. I've
it's
never been to a convention.
It's just a vacation, I think.
They have
I went to a wedding convention once. It was terrible.
Does the ones that my dad used to okay, let me explain something to you. This is the warm up while we're waiting on our guest. My dad used to work for a publishing company called Prentice Hall Publishing.
Yeah.
And they would take him on this thing once a year called President's Staff. And President's Staff, you had to you had to be a top earner. And if you were a top earner, then you got to go to a crazy destination, right? And it was always his goal. And in some ways, thinking about it, President's Staff and reaching that goal every year killed my father. Like, it was always like Hawaii, Acapulco, Costa Rica, and he would bust his ass. And he was like #1 in the company for like 10 years straight. Bleeding out of his neck and stressed out all the time. And
It's an incentive, right?
Yeah. That you don't see any of that anymore. That's all, right? That's not a thing anymore. That's old man business. Coming home late, because he had to run through Titusville and sell a couple of tax guides, or, leaving early at 4:30 because he wanted to get to Daytona Beach and meet his clients. And
I'm sure they still offer sales incentives because.
But was
makes
that
sense,
my convention? Was that his convention? Like, everybody would be there, all the top earners, and he'd get nervous. They'd bring him up on stage. He'd get some dumb plaque.
Yeah.
It's the stereotype. It is the stereotype
But
of
that's individual business, like
salesman. That is the stereotype death of a salesman, 70s, 80s, 90s salesman.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad was that. He's the archetype. He's the guy.
Although that is one company, and I think the insurance convention this weekend is the entire insurance industry.
Okay, so it's way bigger.
Like Blanchard will be there,
Okay.
or
So,
someone from Blanchard.
Will the Beehole Boys be there?
I don't know. We can talk about it.
I'm glad you said their real name and not.
They so
That's what they want to be, right?
Yeah, they do. The Beehole Boys. The chat room's laughing out. Oh, you got tears in my eyes. Nice one. I forgot about
Old
those.
Joe lied to me about the time.
Those lovely boys. Joe killed our lizard.
Joe's gonna get banned from the studio.
Yeah. He's the next Adam Murray. But we patched things up with Adam after Nutgate.
Ew.
It was years ago. Remember Nutgate? We had a thing of nuts open, and he opened the fresh nuts. It's very Seinfeld, and I was mad. And I made a joke about it. I wasn't really mad. It's not like ruined my weekend. I made a joke about it, and then I went too hard. I hurt his feelings. I had to apologize.
No, he's
I did.
fine. He's
No, and I
fine.
gave him a hug. We're good.
He's-
No, we're good.
You're just fucking with him.
Yeah, but sometimes, people don't know. If you don't know somebody that well, we know him a lot better now.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
really know him, and I was fucking with him too hard, and it was my fault. I fucked up.
No, I teach my sons like that. Oh, there.
Yep. All right. Hold on. Eep, up, ooh. I'm back. Good to see you again.
Y'all don't remember me.
We did a minute. You're standing there tall. I see you every time I pee. Should I say that? Maybe I shouldn't say that. You have the biggest signature too. It's like that. Yeah,
You can come and grab.
Come on in, man. It's very good to see you. I hope you're having a good morning.
Do you want any water? You good?
Nah, I got coffee.
All right, this is you right here, and we'll get you rolling.
In my script, I wrote this, because I think this was the first time I seen it, and so I have a character in the script, and he gets these messages in real time, as just comments and stuff. But I think this was the first time I seen it.
No shit. Let's talk about that.
We're part of Finesse Mitchell's history.
I love that. Oh my God, that's an honor, man. All right, Mr. Van, I think I got everything going. Just make sure he looks good on the camera, which is pretty easy.
My wife said I can't bring home any more sweatshirts, T-shirts.
Yep.
Yep,
my wife said
I had
that
a
too.
T-shirt and a sweatshirt.
Yeah. We just started doing that again. Although we don't have it, we're getting them
I was
today.
gonna say we don't have them, so
on
I
a
don't know.
Monday. We're getting them Monday.
You lucked out.
She said, "Don't bring."
What about a
home
straw hat? Straw hat?
Yeah, how about a beach hat? How about a bottle opener? What do you need? What about a coffin?
She calls them tchotchkes or something.
Yeah, we call them Chinese garbage.
My wife tells me, she said, "Quit bringing this shit home."
Don't bring matniks, cups, anything anybody gives you. Stop it.
Yeah. Just throw it in the trash. But it's hard to throw it in the trash.
Donate it. Give it to a
this
homeless
person bought it to
You have to
promote
put it,
themselves.
the secret is to put it in a bag so you don't see it. That's what I do, or in a shoebox. So if it's a shirt, a brand new shirt that somebody's given me, and I know I'm not going to wear it, I put it in a shoebox and close it, and then I don't see it, and I'm throwing out the shoebox.
Okay, all right.
That makes me crazy, but it works. All right, would you like to begin, my friend?
Sure.
Here we go.
It's 2-2, right?
Yeah, right.
1-2. It's right in front.
Right on the red.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, right in front of you. I was going to get you before she got you.
Right there. Why do I always ask you
Why
that
do I
question?
print anything out? Just wasting paper. Sam.
Here we go. 3, 2.
With us on the couch, we haven't seen this gentleman since pre-pandemic.
Yeah, since the world shut down.
It was a different time back then.
It really was.
5 years ago.
5 years, yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah, super crazy, man.
Half a decade.
He's going to be at the Improv tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, theimprovorlando.com. Finesse Mitchell. How you doing, Finesse?
It's Finesse Mitchell, guys. There's a rumor I was on Saturday Night Live. There's a Netflix show called Is It Cake?
I'm going to ask you about that, Finesse, but
I love that.
because you
also,
popped
I love
our-
your Twitter bio. Does it say? It says like I tried to do SNL, or like what does it say? It says something funny. It's like snarky. It's like
I don't know. I said
did a little
you've
SNL.
seen me on this, that, and Home Depot. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
you may have seen me on.
I don't know.
History of the world.
I dabbled in SNL. History of the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got to throw that out. That's
Wanda
huge.
Sykes asked me
That's
to do Jesse
huge.
Jackson, and I was just like, I've never done Jesse Jackson, and she's like, well, we're paying this, and I was like, well,
Okay.
let me give it a try.
Jesse is here.
Jesse is here. The Chucky made me say yes.
How long do you have to study Jesse Jackson to get it down?
I just look. I look at something once or twice, and then
Okay.
I'm just like, you know
Damn.
what, I can do it.
Nice.
You know.
I
And
love
first
that.
of all, if you close your eyes and really picture yourself being that person, then you don't care what people think or what it sounds like because you're that person, and then in your mind, you're nailing Morgan Freeman. Like that's my Morgan Freeman. I don't care what he sounds like.
Yeah.
But he's
Like, that's
everywhere
my
I
version.
want to be.
You're creating your own confidence
Yeah.
by blocking out all the hate. Yeah,
When people do Trump, it's just like I do Trevor Noah doing Trump. That's my Trump. Trevor Noah doing Trump.
But Finesse, like
I like that.
Yeah.
It's three different people.
we've talked to a lot of impressionists, and
And I don't think I'm an impressionist. Let me first say that. I'm just a cool ass comedian.
Yeah, but you have that what they have, and what it is something that normal people, and I say normal,
You can take on an essence, right?
We don't understand it because then like impressionists explain how they do
It's
it.
like an
and then-
out-of-body experience.
And then we're all shaking our heads and we're like, my brain doesn't work that way. Like if no matter how hard I envision any character, I cannot impersonate that character. It doesn't come out.
It's not your thing.
No, my brain just
like
isn't wired that way.
The improv part of that is
I
not
was
his.
asking people, just shout out somebody and I'll do it. And then they were like, Christopher Walken having sex. And I was like, wow. And that's all I did. And they were like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, less is more in impressions. I feel like it's just the essence, like Daniel says. If you get the essence down, it doesn't.
It's
one
the
word.
Old, it's me and Drew's old Sean Connery at Burger King.
Yeah.
Sean Connery at Burger King.
Yeah.
Whopper Jr.
Whopper Jr.
That's all you say. And it doesn't have to be good. People go,
So, Finesse, I want to talk to you about Is This Cake because my sons got into watching Is This Cake, and my son and Daniel's daughter is the same age as your oldest daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, so they got into watching Is This Cake, and I remember like watching it, and it was the simplest, most simple premise in the world or whatever. Mikey
it's
Day
also
does a great job
strange, which
hosting
I like.
it.
I like a little because I'm a little strange. So I see something like that, I'm like,
but like the simplicity of it,
That's weird.
is the genius because somehow there's like my sons are addicted, and then we're all watching it as a family over and over.
You're quiet.
And then all of a sudden I see Finesse Mitchell, and then I tell. By the way, I tell my sons like, "Oh, Finesse Mitchell, like Daddy interviewed him one time."
I try to do that.
And
too.
they're like, sure.
I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, I've seen him. I've touched his hand.
They're not that impressed by like. I feel like if
Well, it's not Mr. Beast. They don't care.
God damn, Mr. Beast. Don't even.
If my dad told me while I'm watching Darkwing Duck in the 90s, and they're like, my dad's like, my buddy's the friend or the voice of Darkwing Duck, I'd be like, what? Like, it would blow my mind.
My dad took me courtside on Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
And he took me, and Jeff Turner used to play for the Magic. Not a great player, but a good guy. And I got to play, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that, like, nothing moves the needle with my
told
kid.
my-
Nothing moves the needle.
I told my daughter, I said, we're going to go spend the weekend with Dave Chappelle and his family. We're going to go up to Napa.
Jesus.
And my daughter was like, do you know Bluey? And I was like, I do not know Bluey.
Important question.
Like, you don't realize.
Bluey is good.
Bluey is dope.
Bluey is the Chappelle of cartoons
Yes,
right now. You just got to
Bluey
know.
is dope.
Yeah.
Bluey's huge. He's the guy.
Kids
Bluey.
not watching Chappelle.
No.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Well, but also,
You just
You're
named
acting
the two.
really cheeky, Daddy.
You named the two heaviest hitters in Hollywood right now is Chappelle and Bluey.
it's all relative to how they grew up. They grew up with a celebrity dad that hung out with celebrities, so it's not that like shocking to them to hang out with. So it normalizes it, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now when your friends are like, my best friend is JB Smoove. JB Smoove has a massive compound in LA with a massive backyard. And, when they go over to his house, it's just like, the pool's not warm enough. You know what I mean? And I have to say, excuse me, JB. I have to go have another talk with, excuse me. And then what did Daddy tell you? stop being a prick. Don't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You're at JB Smooth's house. You don't
jump in the pool and
realize.
shut up.
You don't realize how like what people would pay
when
to
we
do
were on
that.
SNL, like our apartments were the size of broom closets.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now, like, you know, like to be like it's 20 years later, you know, to go over each other's houses. We live down the street from each other, and it's just sort of like a, man, we really did this. Like, and now we're those dudes. And when we walk in the clubs, the younger comics are like, oh, Finesse. You know what I mean? Because I'm more of like a comics comic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what distinguishes a JB from a Finesse, from a Jay Farrow, from a Chris Red, from a whoever your favorite guy, Joe, my buddy over here, likes Nick Swartz, and but whatever those breaks are, whoever's camp you're in, you know, like, you know, Nick is in Adam Sandler's camp, and you know, sometimes people might see me like hanging out with Chappelle, but I'm not in his performing camp. You know what I mean? Like, but his off the mic, hey man, I'm in town. You know what I mean? I think I like that relationship a little bit better, you know, to be like, to get an invite, but not necessarily to perform, but like we're hanging.
Yeah, as a friend as opposed to a business thing.
Yeah.
You know, there is a difference.
Yeah.
Like
There's more
Finesse,
depth
Too
there,
Short, Stevie Wonder, and Sheila E. is over there in the room, and you're just like, oh, this is like some SNL after party type stuff.
Yeah.
The most
mixed up.
Yeah, you know.
Too Short.
Now, I'm sure.
Awesome. That's awesome.
If Chappelle is doing
Legend.
a huge Netflix movie and invites you to be, you'll be like, I will take it.
Yeah.
Now, so like going back to, all right, how, because your daughters are going over JB Smooth's house and swimming in his pool, and they're exposed to this lifestyle of hanging out with celebrities in their mansions, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you grew up differently, Finesse. You didn't.
No, I had a mansion.
Did you?
Yeah, definitely had a mansion.
So how, and I'm obsessed with this, how do you give your kids adversity? Because
I don't feed them.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that it?
I don't feed them.
They got to fight for their
They
food.
gotta. I
Yeah.
toss
Scrap
it
it
up
out.
in the air, and whoever, like, you know, for me, it's more or less like, I love being a dad, and I'm a girl dad, and I love being a dad. And they ask for stuff, I say no. Their mom gives them stuff, but the answer with me is no. So much to the point where they don't ask me anything. And also, I'm not even their friend until I need to be their friend. You know what I mean? So it's like, go ask daddy. No, we know what the answer is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or daddy's said this and that, and I'd rather be that guy in their lives right now versus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm definitely that guy too.
I'm
I'm the no guy. Yeah.
I'm always silly. I'm always too funny, or daddy's never serious. But then daddy always says no to stuff. So they got to just pick their poison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I like being that guy because, you know, I get paid to be funny. And then when I come home, I want to relax. And then if I do take you to this place and that place and this person's house and that person's house, after a while, it's just another person's house. They don't appreciate it. They don't know what that person went through to get that pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so sometimes I am a little hard on them just for discipline because kids can just go run amok, you know?
Yeah.
Do you ever get what
That's the opposite of Tom's parenting style.
Yes.
I'm
like, oh,
What
Tom's
say
not
you?
saying nothing.
What say you, sir?
Well, because
you look stunned.
I want my sons to grow up thinking like my dad was super fun and he just only adventures. But although I feel like I'm more grumpy at home, or I'm more quiet.
Serious, yeah.
Like if they ever. If I die early and then my
Good
sons.
Lord, this took a turn. Finesse,
It
I'm
always
sorry,
goes
man.
to death and time is running out.
He
and-
knows. He's been here 3 times. He knows that we eventually go to killing ourselves in some weird way.
No, but I do think about this. If I die early and then they become like adults and they're like, I wonder who my old man was, and they go back and listen to this show
I don't
on
want my
YouTube.
daughter listening to any of this.
And
oh
then,
my God.
and then when I imagine them listening to it and be like, "Whoa!" Like he's a different personality than he was at home. Like you know what I'm saying? Like at home he was more quiet. He didn't joke around that often.
He loved his audience more than me.
I'm on this show, Ant Farm, and it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So they do get to, like, they see me on TV. Like when I hosted Wendy Williams for 2 weeks, I was coming out in these flashy suits, and I was hosting with Kim Whitley, and it was great to host a daytime talk show because I want a daytime talk show.
No way.
Yeah, I want one. And so, you know, they didn't choose us. They chose Sherry Shepherd. She has a new daytime talk show.
Yeah.
But we killed it. They didn't know we were going to be that good, first of all. But they would say, oh, I love Daddy in Suits. I love that. Oh, Daddy, you were so good. But then I'm like, don't let them watch that because then it's pop culture. You're talking about the Kardashians and you're talking about MGK and you're talking about and it gets adult. You know what I mean? Like what's her name? The Kardashian that no one talks about, but the drummer from the big rock group. She just got married to Courtney. So Courtney just married the
Travis Barker.
Barker. But then said, you know, they never had sex until blah blah blah. They waited and blah blah blah.
That's not true.
So my point of view was like, I've seen you sleep with 20,000 people, and you're gonna wait. Now when I'm dating you, we're waiting. That's what we decided to do. No, you're not gonna wait with me. You know what I mean? So that was my commentary. And I come home and my oldest, my 8-year-old. So you don't think she should wait? And I'm like, what?
Oh no!
Wait a minute.
Make me choke on my coffee.
And that's when I know that you know, Grandma is sitting there watching in real time with my daughter, and I told her, don't do that. You know what I mean?
Put the mute on. Let her see the suit, and then turn it off.
Yeah, you know, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You got one job.
Wow.
Let them see Daddy
You
come through the
rattled
door.
me a
Well,
little
Grandma's
bit,
like,
'cause
I didn't know you were going to talk about that.
My daughter
Well,
is
if you know Wendy
exactly-
Williams show, that's what they talk about.
exactly the same age, my daughter, and my daughter draws a line in the sand. She's like her mom. It's in the genes. It's in the blood. I don't know what happened. And you've seen this. I can't say the word stupid.
Yes.
I can't say the word damn.
Yep.
and then she'll say things like, I got to take 2 minutes off your phone time for that.
Daddy's saying mean words.
Yeah, she doesn't like.
Daddy said dumb, mommy.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I almost think it's a bad thing.
Well, I don't know. Like, we went roller skating for the first time before I came out here. It was the first day of roller skating at this place that was opening up for the first time in the summer. And I mean, the kids were out. And I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. But the 11, 12, and 13-year-olds all have their stomach out. So they're wearing these little cut-off tops and the little halter thingies. And so my daughters are seeing this for the first time, like, their belly button is showing. I'm like, yeah, Daddy, get us a belly button shirt.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, no. But they're wearing it. And I'm like, you don't want to be like those 6th grade harlots. You don't. They probably don't even have dads.
Well, didn't you write a book, or are you still writing it about?
I'm writing a
for
new
your
book.
daughters?
I'm actually writing a new book. And what's so funny is called I'm Definitely Going to Your Prom.
Okay.
But it is a book about what a father would tell their daughter if they were of age. Meaning like, hey, you want to know this? You want to know that? But see, my daughters are 4 and 8. I'm not telling them that stuff
So you're
right
preparing
now.
this now. Yeah.
But I'm writing the book now for mothers who have little girls when fathers may not be around. But if they had a dope dad, this is what he would say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what it's called.
And where do you like?
The other book was a relationship book.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so like, is this just like, where do you get the inspiration for the ideas of what you should do?
I smoke weed, bro.
It's just smoke weed. Yeah. It works.
Need more weed?
It
does work.
You start thinking of shit.
You just start thinking of stuff.
I was writing a book last night.
Yeah. Why does that happen?
And when you know what's so crazy, you'll write 5 chapters and right there.
Yeah.
You're like, I just got through 60 pages.
It is amazing.
And then you'll leave it for 2 months, 3 months, and it's just in your computer.
Yeah, lost it.
Yep.
I lose things though. I'm like, I walk around, I put it down, and never come back.
It is amazing when you're on THC the amount of things you could think of, as opposed to when you're
And
not.
the amount of things you forget.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
it's wide open.
If you
Give and
don't,
take.
if you don't write them down,
they're gone. They're lost. And
You know what it feels
You
like?
can
It feels
see
like
them
you're in
go.
you're in that money machine, and they're all blowing around.
Yep.
You got to take them and put them under your shirt.
Yes, yes.
If you
I
don't
love
put them
that
under your
game,
shirt,
too.
I know.
And you're always saying, why can't you trap the money against the glass? I guess they tell you can't do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that anymore.
Okay.
But yeah.
Back to Is This Cake? Because the question is, when you do a show like that, is like, you go and watch episodes prior to, and figure
I had
out
no
like
clue what it was.
you
bro.
just show up in your improv.
Did Mikey Day just call you up
they were
and was
like,
like, hey,
they were like, Finesse, you know Mikey Day? I'm like, yeah. They were like, well, he has a show. He wants to know if you're free. And I'm like, when? They're like, so I just showed up.
Oh, I love it.
I had on my.
You had no idea.
No idea.
Yes.
And I'm like, is it cake? And they're like, and I said, are we gonna eat cake? And they're like, I think so. So my agents didn't even know. And when I tell you, I was 0 for 8. I couldn't pick the dang cake. I'm like, how great are these bakers where they're making a cake with a plastic cellophane cover like it's meat, like raw meat, and you're like, wait a minute. So all of that is edible? Clearly this is the meat. Clearly I couldn't guess meat. I couldn't guess vegetables. I couldn't guess a shoe. I couldn't guess,
We saw
they
the
were
shoe
that
one.
good.
Yeah. And then it's like,
Do you feel like a fool?
You feel stupid, bro. Like people are depending on you to pick a freaking cake out of 6 choices, and you don't get any of them. And they're calling on you because you're like the funny celebrity charismatic black dude, and you're losing them money. You're losing them the game.
Damn it.
I was going to ask you about that because when you go and do the show, you're like, all right, I'm just going to try to be funny, right? I'm sure that's what you in your mind.
Authentic.
I'm just going to fuck around.
I just
and
want
improv.
followers, bro. I just want Instagram followers. That's why I do it.
So you're like, I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to be funny. I'll help out my buddy Mikey Day or whatever. But then you have the baker standing there. They're looking at you in the eye.
Looking at you.
Hi, Finesse.
With their lime green hair.
They all have crazy.
They have crazy hair and a crazy mustache.
And there's like money involved for them. And like,
This could really change my life, Finesse.
And then you're just like,
Too much pressure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fuck around here. Really.
Right.
And then is it
I don't know.
awkward?
Cake 1. And you see the disappointment like, fuck. I pointed to the one it was, bro. Like, look at me. Like, I'm trying to hit. But no, they're super talented that their cake is so realistic. It looks like whatever it's supposed to look like that you just can't guess.
Yeah.
So, kudos to those guys and the producers of that show. Because like you said, it is a premise. And now I just want to host a show. So now, like me and my people, we try to come up with ideas all the time.
Do you want to do like a game show or
I don't care what it is.
Like you know what
hosting
you know what
is
we
difficult,
need?
though,
You know what I
right?
used
No.
to love?
Hosting is easy.
But you're a good host.
Hosting is
probably
super
comes easy to you,
Yeah.
right? Like, well, then we need a variety show. I used to love variety shows.
You guys
Remember?
realize you host this show, right?
Yeah, you guys
yeah,
host
but
this.
we don't think
every
about
day.
that.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I get nervous about it.
Right.
But I used to love variety shows. I used to like
Yeah.
it when you'd have everything. Like
Yeah.
Gong Show, a little before my time. Smothers Brothers.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that one. I love a good variety show where you have like a juggler come out.
You know what? I'm going to try to bring back the Gong Show.
Gong Show was dope.
That was dope, man.
And I thought they tried to reboot it like maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago or something like that. And it just didn't work.
You know what? Essentially, I think we're too weak as a society for the Gong Show. Like, we feel too bad for the people
Now
who
we
get gonged.
do. We used
like,
to
look
be
at
mean. We used to be
America's
mean
Got
when I'm
Talent.
mean.
They just put implants for the ones that they like hit the X for. They're just actors playing bad, and then it's like that's it.
You know,
all
what
of the talent shows now are people that are already in the business, which I hate.
Yeah, you're right.
all
Especially
of them.
the music shows.
The comedians, the music shows, all
Like,
of them.
why can't we see someone legitimately try their hardest and fail?
This is going to sound harsh.
That
but
happens in real life.
This is going to sound kind of mean, but I started not liking those shows when you would see the person that was just okay.
Right.
But then they'd say, yeah, but they have cancer. And then they'd let them still do their thing, and then the whole audience would applaud and give them a big thing, but then they wouldn't send them on.
No.
Right.
They would just say, we just let you do that because you have cancer. And then I was just kind of like, I'd sit back and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm watching here.
I'm screaming, hit the X!
Yeah, I'm like, get them out of here. It's like,
But see, I'm kind of like that too. Like, don't let me walk in my kitchen and there's a crappy drawing on my refrigerator. I'm taking it down. I'm like,
this is ugly.
I'm like, that's not good.
That's not good.
You didn't try. Like, you're way out of the lines. I know you're 4. But you can do better. Get it off here. I'm not putting no bumper stickers on my car. I'm not doing none of that stuff to make your kids feel good until they're good at something. Perfect attendance is not an accomplishment. That means your mom and daddy got you to school because we didn't want you home.
Do they have things
Well,
they're into?
hold on. I put that bumper sticker for me.
I was a great dad. I made you show up every day.
Do they have things they're into? Like, my daughter's like obsessed with dance. It's dance,
swimming,
dance.
And now she thinks she wants to be a gymnast.
Okay.
So she did a cartwheel and
off to the races.
Twisted her wrist.
Oh, yeah.
So I tried to let her know that means it's not meant
It's
for
a
her.
sign.
Yeah, it's a sign. But nope, she's determined to be I think my youngest one should do track. She's really fast. She has a very even gait when she runs and I'm just like, okay, I can see this.
Yeah.
My
Well, you
oldest
did
one
that.
plays by ear, plays music,
Nice.
so she's
Really?
more inclined like her mom and her mom's family because they're musicians and stuff. So I see it in my oldest, and my oldest baby can sing.
There you go.
My youngest cannot sing, and I got to pretend like she can
No.
sing.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
But she can't sing.
Yeah.
So you're in LA, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I imagine in LA, because you run in the circles of celebrities, then your daughter wants to do swimming or gymnastics or something. So then you have to get the and then so
you
J-
can't just go to the strip mall
J-
and sign her up for karate like we
JB
do. you know?
Smooth or something. Another celebrity's like, oh yeah, my niece or daughter's in this, and
Yeah.
then
Right.
and then you go and they're like, all right, this will be
$10,000.
$10,000 a month,
yeah,
and that's
something crazy.
that's the starting package.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the low,
Yeah.
because I imagine in that world of celebrity and rich people, the kids, because I know the business of child dance and volleyball and stuff. I mean, it's a
Right.
huge
They
business.
call him Mr. Child Dance.
No, no,
The
I
rest
mean-
of the business.
I mean, anything like that you get your kids into, and I imagine in LA it's insanely expensive. Is that
Some
correct?
stuff, but I do all the stuff that comes with a coupon. I'm not. I don't do anything that anybody suggests that I do, and their person is the best person. Nope. I find the cousin of that person who just
yeah, I
started.
like
break. He likes
Yeah.
you want to get the deal.
Yeah, you know,
That's
swim,
you, man.
The swim place is around the corner from my house at some school where they're just learning to swim. The dance class, that stuff is in a strip mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't do nothing fancy.
All right.
And like last time I was at the dance thing, I saw Kel Mitchell with his kid. And
Oh,
we
there
looked
you
at each
go.
other like,
Coupon, brother.
You found this on Groupon too.
That's Coupon Cal.
Yeah, we got a lot in common, Mr. Kel Mitchell. You know what I mean? Tell Keenan I said good burger. You know?
That's hilarious.
So, now, Finesse, you're a grinder, and you've been a grinder all your life, and a lot of
grinding all my life.
Yeah, and then so you
Suckers pay the price.
It seems like you do so many different projects, and you agree. You're like, hey, and then I'll do it. Your agent comes to you like, hey, well, you want to be on this show? And one of the shows that was World Pet Games.
I thought you was gonna say Lego Masters.
No, that's good too. I like that you.
Yeah.
That's what. That would be a dream of mine to be on
Oh,
all of those shows.
I tell you this.
Every single one
I
of
did
them.
not know that world was that serious, and so many people were mad at me
The Lego one?
about
Oh,
the
Lego
Lego.
people are psychos.
Oh my
They'll
God,
kill
bro.
you over Lego.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
another
like,
show. My
they're like,
son
do you even
loves.
play with Legos? Do you even know what this is called? Do you
Yeah.
even know what that is called?
Oh,
I'm
they'll
like,
get
It's
mad.
Lego.
yeah, it's
Right.
Lego.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not Legos,
I got
it's Lego, right?
what?
Yeah.
They got so look. That just gave me
Oh,
flashbacks.
it's
look at my
PTSD, I'm
look at my
sorry.
hair
Why you
standing up
off,
on
Sam. Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, he's been working on that.
because people were really
Yeah,
mad.
she's right. They're Lego.
And black people put an S on everything anyway.
It's not your
Shrimps.
fault. It's not your fault.
Okay,
I
so
say
Finesse, this has been a joke that me and Daniel have been joking around about for a long time. Because we started our career in terrestrial radio, and then all the chili cook-offs in town, and
Oh, my
all
God.
they'd invite the local radio DJs to be
Yeah.
the judges.
Right.
So then you show
We have
up.
Rooster and Big Frog.
And then
will
you're
be
like-
judging the chili.
And
contest.
you're eating a bunch of fucking chili. You're getting drunk. You're like, I don't
Yeah.
really care. You're just like, oh, this one won, whatever. And then the people,
And you know nothing about judging food.
no,
Yeah.
you have no idea.
They only picked you because you're fat.
But it
Let's just be honest.
it was just your local radio
They picked you because
DJ.
you're a fat DJ. They're like, he looks like he knows his way around a hot dog.
And
Put him
right.
in the chair.
But all the local chili
they take it dead
chefs,
serious.
Yeah, they're dead serious, and they're
guy's
pissed.
he's got Australian Wagyu
And-
beef he's flying in.
And you're like, I didn't put this together. I got invited by the promoter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a chili connoisseur. I'm not a fucking chef. I don't know. I'm just sitting
a
here.
simple fat
I'm
guy.
just picking number 8 because I want to get the hell out of here.
Right.
And
get drunk.
I feel like they put the judges in a precarious position because everybody else involved in the show is super serious. Like all the Lego designers are like, this is their life, and they finally made it. And then Finesse like, I don't know shit about
I
Legos.
don't know nothing about Lego.
So
And-
do you start taking it serious? You're like, oh shit, these guys
I
really
better straighten up.
Well, you know what? What I did appreciate was that they're geniuses. They are super engineering geniuses without a degree.
Yeah.
Like for them to know how strong something has to be to support something, or you remember back in the day when they used to say pi was 3.14,
Yeah.
and the radius of this is this and that, and the circumference of that. Like the people that I knew, they knew all that stuff.
Yeah, they're engineers.
They're
yeah.
engineers, and I'm just like, man, this is super impressive. I just want to beat Cheryl Hines. I just want to kick her butt. I don't care about any of that stuff. Make my Lego build way better than her shit. And if Robin Thicke comes over here, I'm gonna smack him. Like that's all I care. Him and his fluffy hair.
Yeah.
I don't. That's all. I just want to win.
Cheryl Hines, Orlando. She's an Orlando lady.
Is she?
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I say
Cheryl Hines
that's
is-
like my
I
girlfriend.
think she's from here.
She's so sweet,
Look that up,
bro.
Sam, to see if my memory's working again. Sometimes
She's
my
so
memory.
sweet.
I think Cheryl Hines.
And
is
and on my show was the late Leslie Jordan, and he was so sweet. Finesse, oh my God. Let me tell you, every time you come here and you say good morning to me, it brightens my day.
That guy was like sunshine.
No,
you're going to
you are going to recognize that impression and say that was pretty decent.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I've never done him before.
That guy was like, I'm such a small sunshine man.
Yeah, he was.
Like when he would say things, you'd be like, I'm smiling.
And he had all those country sayings, like, you know, you catch more bees with blah blah blah. You know, he had every saying you could think of, bro.
God, a Lord of mercy.
With the Great Lego Build-Off Show, like they started off and they're like, "All right, contestants, you now have 8 hours to build."
Right.
So then you just go back to your trailer, or like is it
take a nap?
What do you do?
Yeah, like
fuck around.
You know, for the cameras, you really go hard. You know, for when you're shooting, and then they're like, yeah. You have like 6 more hours, and then that's when you would just go leave and, you know. All right. I hope we win. I'll be back.
Do you go run life errands after that? You go
win.
And then you come back and it's all built and you're ready, and you put like one little piece on it in front of the camera, and they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're like,
hands up, hands up. You gotta do the hands up to make up. Yeah, hands up.
And then the engineering nerds are sitting there with their arms crossed, and they're like, "He didn't do nothing."
Right. And they got to stand there
He
and
went
just
to
smile
Tropical
next to you.
Smoothie Cafe.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so let's talk.
Yeah,
about...
but you're right. You're right, Dan. I've been blessed to do a whole bunch of different types of
I
shows.
love those shows, man. I think it's cool. It shows that you're fun too.
Yeah,
like
you know,
Pictionary, right? Like you've done that.
Jerry O'Connell, that's my guy. That's my Hollywood bestie.
That's so cool.
And you know, I didn't know I liked him until I met him, and I said, "We click. I like you."
He looks exactly the same
Oh
as he
my
did
God,
when he was
bro,
the. What was that show he was on as a kid? I watched. Not Greatest American Hero. It was something like that, though.
I don't even know his past stuff.
Yeah, he was
I know
like
he was
accidental kid superhero. He was on a show where he was like some kid that got struck by lightning and then he could fly or something like that.
was
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh.
And when I was a kid,
I saw him in a cheesy piranha movie.
Oh yeah. He'll
It
do all
was
kinds
so
of stuff.
cheesy. Oh my God, it was worse than Sharknado.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's I don't think he cares.
You know,
He's
his
like-
wife is Rebecca Romaine,
Yeah.
and my wife loves her, and so you know, that's just my boy, man. And I go back to Pictionary on Monday.
Oh no way!
What's today? So if I have Monday,
Yeah, today's
Oh,
Friday.
really? You're
Yeah.
gonna, when you like, is it when you do one of those shows? Do the producers like, oh, Finesse is easy to work with?
Yeah.
He's a
on-
pro. You know,
Yeah.
say like, and then do the producers call each other like, oh yeah, book Finesse
Yeah,
for
'cause
this?
he's funny.
Yeah.
Is that how it happens?
Finesse, would you like to do 10 episodes for this amount? Yes.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right.
Yeah, and you don't have to get a script because you write and you're a comedian. You just show up, sit down,
I
and do
just
your
show
thing.
up and try to draw, bro.
That's the perfect job.
You know what I mean?
That-
But that's
he's
what I'm
found it.
saying. I want to host
Yeah.
one of these daytime shows where you might make $400,000 for 4 weeks of work.
Oh man.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
is
And then you
nice.
got the rest of your year.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to work for the rest of the year?
No.
Yeah. Do you get other stuff? Yeah. Can you go tour and do stand up? Yeah. But did you just make $400,000 in a month? Yeah. I want that job.
Yeah.
That is.
how
I
do you
think we
get
found
that
the best
job?
job. Like we do a segment on the show called Weird Job Wednesday. I
Do you
think Go
audition?
On Game Show for 400,000 wins.
Well, yeah, to host. That's
yeah, but
where
still,
the money's
but
at.
he's good at hosting.
And I'm good at hosting.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Pat Sajak is leaving.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the new
he's
host.
done.
that.
I saw that. 41 years, right?
God
41 years. He's a vampire, by the way.
Why 41? Because
'Cause he's a vampire,
But
that's
I
a
hate
weird
that.
number.
Brady screwed his up too. It's got to be like 45.
Yeah.
And you got to go out on top. You
Maybe he
can't.
was planning on staying longer and like health issues or something. You know?
Should have
Yeah.
done 40 then. You
Should've done
should have
40.
done 40
Maybe
or
it
45. Don't
came
do
up quick. He
41.
didn't
41
know.
is weird.
Yeah. Also,
and Brady, you screwed it up too.
well, how old is Pat Sajak? I mean,
80.
4 more
He's a
years.
vampire.
Is
Yeah, he looks.
Vanna's a vampire.
Those old men and Hollywood old men, they get
76.
At
Lorenz
some point,
Tate
oh,
is
I
a
almost
vampire.
hit it. Like he's almost 80, dude. He's held together by nothing but
Whatever vampires are made of.
Yeah, whatever vampires are made of.
Is it done after that, or do they get someone else?
They get someone else.
It does.
Is what done?
Like
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of
It'll go
Fortune.
on.
I just said they're looking for the new host.
No, I know, but
He
it's
only
like-
listens to himself, Finesse.
He doesn't trust black people.
No, but I mean, it's like Jeopardy. It never, I don't think, was ever as popular after.
No. It won't
Yeah,
be.
the ratings will dip a little bit.
But like The Price is Right went on.
But The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Ratings
Jeopardy
increased.
has Mayim Bialik now, right?
Yeah.
Or did she just
and
leave?
I think she left, and the creator dude is doing it again.
Would you want to do that? Would you want to do like a Jeopardy
No,
thing?
I'm not nerdy like that.
You want to do like a talk show?
I want to do a talk show or something fun. I would do Family Feud. I would do
Family Feud is good.
Wheel of
Yeah.
Fortune. I would do
Well,
a game show.
Family Feud is the one.
Family
Yeah.
Feud is set up perfectly
You
for
riff.
a
But
comedian.
But see, the way
host.
I
It's
would
crowd
do,
work, right?
But the way
Yeah.
I would do Wheel of Fortune, I would be like, I told your ass not to spin again.
Yeah.
Like,
Put an
I
edge
think
on it.
roast
Put an
people,
edge on
I
it.
think
Yeah.
people need to say what you're thinking at home.
Make it PG.
Yeah, you know
make
what
it
I mean?
edgier. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. They've never done that though. They always want it to be
They're
like.
saying Seacrest is the front
God,
runner
that
for Wheel
guy.
of Fortune.
I'm so sick of
I'm
that
so
guy.
I am too.
sick of him.
Yeah, he's fine, but it's just like ugh.
Enough.
He's
I'm
such
so
a
sick of him. I
he's
hope
just a
Who
regular.
even who likes Ryan Seacrest?
he's
Nobody.
a regular Lay's potato chip.
Yeah,
Just a
I'm
wa-
we're
just
sick
a-
of Ryan Seacrest and Mario Lopez
Agreed.
Yeah.
and Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And everybody's super talented. Everybody's
But
great.
We're
But
sick of you.
oversaturation is too
Come
much.
on.
Seacrest, that's
Like-
gonna stink.
What did you read that? That just ruined
Who's
my
the girl?
day.
Yeah,
Is
this
Vanna
is on
staying?
TV Insider.
Is Vanna staying? Because that's weird
would
too.
assume she would.
No, you gotta go with Jack. You guys are
gotta
blowing
go.
this. You guys are blowing.
You gotta
this.
go.
You,
You
should have
gotta
gone
bring
at
in
40, and you should go together into like
Yeah.
David the Gnome and his wife when they climb to the top of the mountain. Do you ever watch the cartoon David the Gnome?
No,
Bessie and Neil?
but I've seen that version of it on Price is Right.
Tom Bosley
When
did
the-
the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mountain climber. Yeah.
I was like in Wheel of Fortune when they did Hawaii.
Yeah.
A Hawaii.
I didn't
episode.
know that.
And then he's going to work at Michigan
it's-
College.
But it's not set in concrete.
no, he's
because
just a front runner.
I have
yeah.
a message from my
see,
agent
yeah.
who said that he's well into it.
Yeah, you gotta fuck this up.
And I'm
for him,
sure,
man. We
and
gotta
I'm
figure
sure,
this out. How
I'm
do
sure
we-
they're
Start
going
a
to bring a
petition.
rotation. They're going to bring a rotation of people.
Probably
now.
at first.
How do
right?
we
Yeah.
Try
stop
out.
him? We have to stop him.
Yeah.
How okay, Finesse, with the business, how are they determining like whether or not an audience likes? Because it's like they used to do the old school sample stuff,
Yeah.
but now
They still do it.
But now they have social media, so they have real time response from 10 times the people.
From people that are actively doing it without being asked to do
I
it.
think it's a combination of who can bring either more viewers because they have a huge following, and or who do we owe a favor to, and who's next? Like who's next in line?
Okay.
So Finesse Mitchell would be a long shot for certain. Who on earth would give Finesse Mitchell a job as prominent as Wheel of Fortune? I heard Roy Woods Jr. wants that job. But he wants every job. But to go to a Mario Lopez or a Ryan Seacrest, you didn't even try. And that's what would be disappointed in. You didn't even try to bring something refreshing to the show. Who people are gonna watch the show because it's the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You already have the alliteration
already
with
have-
fortune, finesse. There's good. What is that? Onomatopoeia?
Yeah, alliteration.
Yeah,
I like
the alliteration. Yeah,
yeah.
it's that. Yeah, they're missing the boat. This would be perfect.
But that's why I said I just got to come up with my own show, and it has to be a hit. And then I have to be like, I've been telling you guys this for 15 years.
What does a show like Wheel of Fortune, if you were going to guess, what does it generate in revenue a year? I have no clue
I mean,
whatsoever.
They have tons of sponsors that give them all of their prizes, so that's all free.
Probably like 30 mil.
Is that 30 million?
Yeah.
God.
And then you would probably pay
You think higher?
Pat Sajak. Yeah, probably more than 30 mil.
What's paid? I bet we can find his salary, and if you can find his salary, you can probably
But
guess.
because in this day and age where there's so much
gets
stuff.
a
you know what?
A lot of
And
people.
they only work 48 days a year.
Dude.
But you know what
That's a
though?
great
I just thought
48
about it.
days a
that
year.
time of day in the evening,
Yeah.
and the viewership that it brings in, and because it's daily, it could be 130 million. You
Yeah,
never
that
know.
much,
because
it's constant.
you're probably selling a 30-second spot for like 250, 300,000, 400,000.
Really?
And that's one spot, so you probably got like 9 commercials in a half hour. And then you're coming on Monday through Friday.
And they're
So
big
it's probably
boys
a lot
too,
of money.
right? They're like cleaning products because you got to hit your ladies, right? Because you know you got a lot of ladies at home that are watching it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have big, like Johnson and Johnson. You're dealing with
Yeah.
massive.
Yes.
They got massive.
Well, but the audience numbers
Joe, what did
have
you
to
just
be
find out?
half of what
He's
they
Oh,
showing
the
her-
Vanna White makes $10 million a year.
Oh,
Good
10
God.
for turning the letters?
Pat Sajak makes $14 million a year. She makes $10 million a year for 48 days of work.
And she don't even talk.
Good for her.
Right, that's the
Yeah.
best gig.
She don't even talk.
Good for her. My God.
So then that show must bring in like $100 million because people usually get 10%.
But still, though,
Tom,
like,
they
who's
go to
watching
places
it
too.
now?
They'll do it from the it's
Gotta be
Wheel of
old
Fortune
people.
live under the Eiffel
Also-
Tower, and I'm like,
Right.
how
Also,
the hell are they affording
at
that?
the casinos, the Wheel of Fortune slot machines, they
they
revenue
branded it.
$1.3 billion a year.
Oh, yeah, the brand.
Yes,
is
the brand.
So
insane.
he
Oh
probably
my
gets a lot of money for his likeness
Yes,
on
he
those
sold.
machines.
Yeah, he's in the
Oh,
machine.
Yeah.
You're right.
The machines, the games, the home games,
Yeah.
all
The
that
video
shit.
games,
Bunch of
the
$1
apps.
billion
What about
in
the apps?
casinos.
What about the apps?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like maybe the
And everybody in the chat room saying that Pat Sajak's a shitbag. Is he?
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
I don't know much
I saw
about
him at
him.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles one day.
Really?
It's pretty cool. And I called him a vampire. He took it in
Remember when
stride.
a different generation. I mean,
Do you remember when Snoop took David Beckham to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles?
No, I don't.
Everybody Google that and find it. That's a good watch. Yeah, he did. It was.
I mean,
very-
Roscoe's is super touristy right
yeah,
now.
it's like a.
Yeah, it's like that spot you got to go to.
But yeah, back in the day, Snoop Dogg took David Beckham there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, Snoop is a enigma to me because I'm like, does he realize his character, or is that just who
he's
he
a
is?
rap
and
wizard
just-
now.
I
He's
don't
a
know.
gray. He's like
Like
Raps
you-
Gandalf.
Finesse, come smoke with your nephew.
You smoked with Snoop?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Saturday Night Live. That's the first person that ever smoked. Well, that's not true. Keenan smokes all the time. But Snoop came with Bishop Dom Magic Wand.
Yes.
And that was his spiritual advisor at the time. And he had this leather thing that had the string around it, so you had to untie the string,
Like the
unroll
like
the leather.
scrolls are in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And then in this like a saran wrap had these long asparagus type blunts.
Okay.
And we lit up right there in the dressing room. Me, Snoop, Keenan, Bishop, and yeah, I think that was it. And that was the day I said we're getting fired. and Keenan was like, "They need me."
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
And I kind of snuck out of there like, yeah, he's right. Let me get my ass up out of here.
That was the
And nobody said anything to Snoop. And the hallways were lit. And
and it's good weed, so it stinks to
oh,
high
it's
heaven. I bet.
skunky. And but I just remember that. I just remember
You just crushed the chat room.
smoking and just remembering. Yeah, I need to get out of here because they still call me Fitness. They don't even know my name in this bitch. I need to get out of here.
But Snoop is
he's
that
the guy.
person and be off camera, right? He's the same
Yeah.
person, right? Kind
But
of like
I love
Tracy
people-
Morgan, same guy off the camera.
He's the same guy.
Yeah.
Finesse, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm getting bad reports. You know it's bad when they coming to me and saying he fucking up.
We just saw him at the Improv.
Yeah, we did.
And
Still super funny, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
blew my mind. I
Yeah.
was like, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Great show.
It made you feel good. You know, and he got real serious at the end, and we
Yeah.
weren't picking up the vibe. Do you remember that part when we got serious and we weren't picking up what he was saying? He was actually like sharing a moment, like with us, saying like, "Hey, I'm really glad to be out here doing this after the pandemic and what I've been through. I just
Right.
want to thank you and give you love." But we weren't. We were like, we're all laughing. And he's like,
Right.
"Shut the fuck up! You know, I'm trying to be cool as fuck."
Right.
You know, and like we're like, "Oh, you know," it was awesome though.
Yeah.
It like kind of made you feel like, if he can beat that, you know, it's inspiring.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, me and Joe's been talking all day about just comedians having demons and just trying to get past ourselves.
Yeah.
The things that we've done in our career and the things that we didn't do and the drugs we've taken and the people we've let down and disappointed and the people we stood up and the things we didn't show up to and the things we did show up to wasted and then you look back and it's 20 years later and you're just like, oh, I messed up a lot of stuff. I'm happy people still want to come see me. But some people do that to try to outdo themselves just for headlines. And some people are really hurting. Like some people are really lost. And the only place they do feel comfortable is on stage. The only place they do know who they are is on stage. Right. But as soon as everybody leaves and you shook that last hand and sold that last T-shirt and you go back to your hotel room, some people really want to hurt themselves.
It's dark.
It's sad.
Yeah.
And there's no drug or no, and a lot of times it's the love of someone else, love of man, love of a woman, that saves your life. Somebody's gonna sit there through all this bullshit that you're gonna put them through and try to pull you out to the light and to the other side and say life is more than just being famous and what you didn't get and what you did get and who got what that you. They try to and only love pulls you through, and when there's no love, you read about it in the headline later.
That's true. And because they get it on stage, but when that's only a small percent of their life, and then
bro, if you do stand-up comedy for a living, you're waiting for 1 hour out of the day to go do your show. So what are you doing for the rest of it? You don't know what to do.
Sure.
So that's why when you do have a great family or great friends or whatever, it means so much. But a lot of the dope comics who don't have a regular upbringing and they're the funniest because they go through so much shit.
Oh,
you share it, and you know how to
it's
make
their
it
therapy.
funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how to make getting beat or left at a bus stop or, you know what I mean, just an orphanage. You know how to make all that stuff funny, and people are dying.
Think of him.
And then you share it, and you shared your soul. People laugh, and then they leave, and then you're just like, well, that. Hey, it's bad when the comedian so where are you guys going after this? Because they want to
hang out.
Hey,
don't want the party to end.
Yeah, that's true. And then you chase that, and that can be a detriment. But, but you've done a good job of balancing it out.
I love masturbating.
Yeah, we do too.
That's the key.
Now I'm going back to the room.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of lotion there.
There's got to be some sort. I thought VR was going to be the new masturbation tool,
no.
But it's just
you know why? You know why that doesn't work?
Something
It's because
else.
it's blocking your eyes from seeing somebody catching you.
You're paranoid.
I figured it out.
Right.
Yeah,
No, that's part of the.
First of all, I'm not going to have my penis out and something over my eyes where I don't know what's going on in the real room. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to touch me on my shoulder. Sir, you left your door open.
I have done that before, and I wasn't masturbating, but I had the thing on, and I'm like, I'm in it, and that main room you're in before you do anything. It just looks like a spaceship, and the dog will touch my leg, and it'll fucking scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's for me.
Yeah, I'm not masturbating with no pet. So that's weird in
sit
itself.
outside,
Put a
Dansby.
pillow on it. All right, one show tonight. 2 shows tomorrow. Got to make sure we
That's
get
a smooth transition.
Yeah, we got to get plugs. We got to get plugs. We forget about talking about the damn show tonight. Buy your tickets, theimprovorlando.com. Make sure you jump on there and get the tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure seeing you, man. Thank you for the time. We really
Hey,
appreciate
it's Father's Day weekend. I'm giving a big shout out to all the dads. If you don't have anything to do and you follow me on Instagram and DM me and you say, hey, I really want to come to your show, and I answer you back, and I feel like we have room in the show, and I answer you back. There you go.
Yeah, he's got to answer back.
I got to answer you back. I will leave you 2 tickets.
Whoa.
All right? If
All
I do not answer you back, it means that we're sold out or we're packed or I didn't like your profile picture. I don't know.
All right. Ugly.
But if I
Change
answer
your
you
profile
back,
picture.
send me your government name, and then it's you+1, and tell me what show you want to come to. You do the work. Don't send me a message saying, I want to come to the show.
Let me go.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Give 'em the
And your
details.
name is
Make it
Pookie
easy.
Wookie
Yeah.
35.
Make it easy, Pookie.
Pookie Wookie 35.
Yeah.
Now, Finesse, in my experience, explaining the rules to people does not matter.
They're dumb.
Because
we figured out during the pandemic that people are really stupid.
Someone will show up and be like, I
Finesse
tweeted at Finesse and I where's my tickets?
People won't even DM me. They'll just show up. Finesse said, if you got a dad, I brought my kids. Say, hey, kids. Now, go back to the car. I need my 2 tickets. No. DM me on Instagram if I answer you back.
All right.
Yeah, do the work. work,
There
and
you
I'll
go.
let you in.
Well, Finesse, thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate
Man,
it.
you know what? I thought you guys were gonna get arrested a long time ago. Yeah, it's great
It's
5
coming.
years
It's
later to
coming.
see that you guys are still in business. And
Barely.
you're still going strong. And congrats to you.
Appreciate
What,
that, man.
when you first walked in, what were you saying about the TV? We've got the chat and the recording going on the TV.
So I got a character. His name is Mike Matthews. The show is called Mike in Chaos, like MIC.
Yeah.
Anyway, but his name is Mike. And it's about him living in this high rise, and he's getting to know everybody in this building. But he's, the relationship guru, and he's also a great podcaster and an author and all this stuff. But he caught his wife cheating.
Okay.
So he comes home to that and like legs up in the air cheating.
This is based on you then.
Oh,
You caught your wife cheating, didn't you? Legs up, Kimbo.
But in these segments of when he's dropping jewels to people, we cut to him in his element in his pod where he feels like that's his home.
Yeah.
And people are shooting him messages in real time, and you see the emojis and the flames and the hearts or people disagreeing and that. But I first saw that when I came to your podcast. I first saw your screen, and it made me think of that, and it made me write that character.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
Oh, my God.
So I combined you two together, made you cooler in black.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted.
They always ever wanted.
That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah, I've been begging to be cooler in black. Oh, my God. You certainly don't want to see me with a VR
So
goggles
if you see it on
and-
Hulu or something, it's called Mike in Chaos.
All right, I'm on it.
I would also like the bigger penis.
That's what I was getting to.
Can I throw that in there too?
Yes, Tom. Yes, you have a question. I would also like the bigger penis, please. If you could just throw that in.
All right, we'll see you on the Friday Free Show.
All right, guys, we'll see you.